All right, folks, I have the pleasure of speaking with Mr. Kenny Olson. Kenny is celebrating 6 years here with eXp. Kenny, how are you, man?
I'm good, Tom. I'm even better because I'm with you.
Kenny, tell the audience who Mr. Kenny Olson is.
Husband to Christine and father to Nick and Jill. This career has given me a quality of life, a nice lifestyle. I'm in my 36th year of real estate. Never deviated, but definitely entrepreneurial. Keep my income options open. Certainly money motivated. Started early on with getting my hat handed to me. In my first year, my 1099 was $7,000. That was 1989. I worked with a lot of buyers who were not buying with me, and I worked with a lot of sellers who were not committed to me being their listing agent. Definitely got kicked around. Discovered distressed property, and it didn't matter what my age was. When I discovered that in 1990, 1991, I really carved out a niche for myself. My first big client was Freddie Mac, Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation. My next biggest client, because once you have Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae will look at you because you've already been vetted by their biggest competitor. And then I just started to make it my job to know what was going on with distressed property. And to this day, I do the same thing. Last night, spent an hour looking at what my day was going to look like, paying attention to who bought it, what it went for. Something that a lot of the younger people today, they call flipping. I don't use that term. Flipping is too cavalier. You flip a coin. You can certainly flip a contract or sell a contract. They call it wholesaling today. I call it buy, fix, sell when you go long on a deal. I just started to learn my way around the distressed world. Fast forward to today, because I was a broker owner for 25 years. I went to an independent for 5, and now I've been with eXp for 6. My only regret with eXp is that when I looked at it in September of 16, I should have gotten involved at that point. I dismissed it because I look for 5 components in a business. I look for leverage, scale, duplication, retention, and sustainability. And when I looked at the compensation plan, the split, the cap, when I looked at the stock compensation, when I looked at the revenue share, I said to myself, these guys are dealing with the same dollar bill that I'm dealing with. How are they spreading it around? Once I got involved with the company, I realized how responsible eXp was. I realized that I could align myself with them. I sat down for breakfast with you in November of 2019. I took the meeting because I respect you. I had zero intention of getting involved with eXp. Once I looked at it and saw it through your eyes, that's when I realized there's going to be millions of eXp agents over time, over 10 to 20 years, with what you've mapped out. So kudos to you for having the vision and seeing it before I saw it. And I would love to have you in my business instead of me being in yours. Very grateful for you and Marissa for carving the way. You guys laid the railroad tracks for what now is, I think, 1,300 of us in Massachusetts.
We're still growing. We're still looking for talent, right? You and I do that every day.
So responsible to me means putting the agent first. I've never seen it done. I didn't think it was possible. So when Glenn Sanford recognized that the agent's responsible for the deal, it's not the brokerage. So it's not eXp, it's not Keller, it's not C21, it's the agent. It's my relationship. When I get a listing, it's because of my relationship. And I understand there's leads that can get floated around, but then they're taking big chunks. The responsibility that I've seen with eXp is a fair compensation plan. I have a healthcare plan through eXp. I've had it for 5 years. It's 1/3 the cost of what the alternative would be. This includes dental and vision. My old plan didn't include that. My old plan would be closer to $4,000 today. My eXp is $1,023.90 for a family of 4. So that's responsible. Putting the agent first. 91% of every dollar that comes into the company goes back to the agent in the form of commissions, revenue share, stock compensation. That's what I mean by responsible.
Yes.
I'm very much in production. My goal when I first looked at this model and understood it, because I looked at it in 2016 and didn't think it was going to be around in 2019, and I mentioned sustainability being really important. My goal is 1,000 agents in revenue share, over the next, call it 5 to 10 years. That whole component is what attracted me. My goal is to bring this to agents and open their eyes and show them what they're worth. Because a lot of agents don't know what they're worth. They don't recognize that they're worth a 90+% split. They're worth stock compensation. They're worth having an ownership in the company, a real equity position in the company where stakeholders, again, I've never seen it done before. There's other models that are going to come along. Being first to market with this model is really important. And there's a reason there's 90,000 of us now. Worldwide, there's probably 20 million real estate agents in this country. Who knows, 2 to 3 million, we'll call it. There's a lot of people that need to hear from us and understand that there is a better option, a real option, a sustainable option, a meaningful option. They can be retired and keep their license active and still be earning revenue with virtually no expenses against it. $85 a month for a platform that's $1 million platform. And I owned a franchise. It cost $200,000 in 1989 when my family bought a franchise. We bought a territory. We paid royalty, This model, I think a lot of people get confused. It's so good that you could think that it sounds too good to be true. So it's our goal, our mission to tell people they have to be willing to listen. When you sat me down and jacked me up in my chair at breakfast, November of 19, that's when it dawned on me where this was headed. Every transaction, after the transaction, we're asked to fill out a form. eXp wants to know, hey, what are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? What can we do better? In all sincerity, as genuine and as authentic as I can be, every single time I fill out that form, I put a 10. And then the next question is, why did you answer that way? And my answer is eXp is a 10 across the board. Everything that eXp has said that they are going to do for the agent, they have done in spades. The platform is so rich, and you say it best, it's a buffet, and you get to pick what you want to eat. It's designed for the agent's success, and as you always say, if they plug into it. Again, the revenue share piece is what attracted me. There's no reason when an agent understands this model and they bring it to a friend or a family member or a colleague that is in real estate, if they hear it the right way, at minimum, they'll say, wow, that's a really smart business model. Revenue share. The company, again, being responsible in always putting the agent first, agents now being able to tap into deeper levels with less commitment on their part. We are not a recruiting company. We are a production company. That's a very common misunderstanding. There's one thing I would say, if there is a flaw in the model, people that are reaching out to people that they don't necessarily know, and they're trying to recruit them. Like, I've had agents that have known me for a very long time. They've not returned my call, and I was calling to show one of their properties. I was calling to ask them, hey, about what a sale price was, when, hey, this is closing, I need this for a comp. When I reach out to agents, I have them in my phone, so they know me. They can see me come up on their phone, and I've co-broked many thousands of deals with handling the amount of distressed property. So a lot of these agents I've co-broked with. It can be discouraging sometimes if an agent doesn't call back, and then they say, oh, I thought you were gonna try to recruit me. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to recruit you. I think we have something that is so quality that it deserves an explanation. It deserves a conversation. I wish there was less spamming that was going on in our community, but I get why our agents are excited. I'd say if you're an agent looking to build revenue share, we have a home for you. If you're an agent that's just looking for production, we have a home for you. There's no requirement for anybody to bring on one individual. Our company thrives with productive agents. And so if you were to ask me if I'm going to bring on an agent, I'm looking for an agent that caps, and I'm looking for an agent, ideally icon. A capping agent is a happy agent. They're not going to go anywhere, especially when they understand how quick they can cap into their 12-month cycle, when they understand the stock compensation piece, and then the opportunity to own a brokerage without the liability. Because I was a broker owner. There's expense liability, there's lawsuit liability, time commitment liability. I had 40 agents. My door was open most of the time. You say it all the time, you got a minute? You got a minute means you got 15 or 20 minutes, which is the way it works. I am a kitchen broker. I work out of my house. It's the happiest I've ever been in my 36-year real estate career. Kitchen brokers used to be a term for an agent that was part-time. A lot of women in particular, it catered to being a mom, being at home with your kids, or being able to get them on the bus and pick them up when they got back from school. I have become a proud kitchen broker. The world has moved in that direction, and eXp, I didn't think it was possible, keeps getting better with what they have created for us. Being agile, being nimble. This community is as collaborative as any brokerage I have ever been a part of, including the ones that I owned, including the one that I was aligned with for 5 years before I came here. This community, it's not word salad. I've never experienced people that are more helpful in coaching, showing people where things live in our ecosystem. I'm on WhatsApp threads. It reminds me of a community that you have in a family dynamic. So if you have a family of 5 kids, the father and the mother can't be everywhere. What happens is the older kids start to take on the responsibility of overseeing the younger kids. That's the dynamic that has happened with this platform. An agent that is interested in production, that is looking to cap, ideally, to icon, would love it if they had an interest in revenue share, but perfectly fine if they don't. You can find me. Texting is 100% the best way to reach me. My cell number, 401-225-3632. I've always given it out. My email, Kenny Olson, KennyOlsonre @gmail.com. Those are the 2 best ways to reach me. I'm on Messenger, I'm on WhatsApp. Call me.
All right, Kenny. Well, I appreciate your time, man. 6 years into it, and we're still having fun.
We are really grateful that you called me and gave me that napkin presentation at that breakfast restaurant.
Yeah.
Again, 6 years, hard to believe 6 years. And if somebody calls you about eXp, take the meeting. At least listen to what they have to say. When I say take the meeting and understanding what you're worth in terms of understanding eXp, it'll give you a better opportunity to go back to where you may want to stay and negotiate a better deal for yourself. Knowing what you're worth, as I mentioned, really important, because this is transformative. It's a business that even when you decide you don't want to do it anymore, you can have something that you built that's meaningful. Thank you.
There you go, folks. There's the world. That is Mr. Kenny Olson. Here's one thing I can close out with about Mr. Kenny Olson. I make a lot of introductions to folks. Kenny has never, ever, ever disappointed, ever. So if you're looking for a quality human being, a quality friend, a businessman, a gentleman, reach out to Kenny.
Thank you.